Hey there gorgeous people, this is Princess Pona and I'm going to do a pick a card reading for what is in store in February for love. Okay, so we've got 3 piles, pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. Okay, so if you want to choose pile 1, we've got a wishing stone, what says create. Pile 2, strength. Or pile 3, which is wish. Okay, you might want to pause this just for a second to actually have a look and see which one you're most drawn to, whether it's pile 1, pile 2 or pile 3. Okay, you ready? Then we should begin. Okay, so for those who chose deck 1, we have create. Okay, so for those of you who chose deck 1, what's in store in February? Okay, so do you know what? Not too bad at all if I do say so myself. Okay, so in the past in love, you might have suffered a bit of rejection, a bit of sadness. Okay, that is about to change. You've got the Queen of Wands in reverse. Now the Queen of Wands is, don't get me wrong, she's better in the upright, but even in the reverse, she's still Queen and she's still powerful. We'll just put her the right way up for a minute so she doesn't get dizzy. Okay, and she's all about creativity. She's all about getting creative. You know that whole, if at first you don't succeed, try again. That's that Queen. Okay. Next card we pull out for our future. So this is actually what, we're wishing to happen in February, is the Magician, and you've got the Angel of Magic. And this card is actually saying get your manifestations out there and get them out there fast. Get yourself into a high positive vibration and get yourself vibrating fast, because you've got the Magician, and the Magician is letting you know that you can actually have everything what you want. You just might need to be a little bit creative about it. Okay, and remember that you're going on a quest. Okay, it's not about the destination, it's all about the journey. Sometimes the quest in love might cause a bit of despondence, where you kind of don't know whether you're coming or going. But all is well. Do not worry, do not panic. That love is there for you. Okay, so you've just got a card which, this is kind of like the clarifier. And you've got the King of Swords. Okay. And he's in reverse, but for this particular reading, for the clarifying card, I will not be reading it in reverse. Okay. So you've got someone, possibly a Gemini, who's coming into you. Now, this person, or this person actually may be you, doesn't like to use a lot of emotion, thinks logically and thinks in their head more than in their heart in a love situation. So you need to be creative in order to soften your King of Swords up. Okay? Be creative. Do things which you wouldn't normally do. Now the King of Swords, even though he is is a king. He's very blunt, he's very straight talking, he's very, I keep saying he, obviously, because he's a king, but it could be male or female. He kind of just says what he needs to say and get on with it. So you need to be creative in order to bring out their softer side. Okay, it's a bit of a task, but you can do it, especially with this magician card. Okay, and then you've got Dragonfly. Allow your love light to sparkle and shine. Okay, so when you be creative and you manifest this and know that you're going to have ups and downs, but it's all part of a quest, the Dragonfly will guide you towards your King of Swords. So what's happening in February in love, pile 1, is actually really, really, really positive. It's positive changes occurring around love. It's actually creating that balance between masculine and feminine energies. It's creating that balance between, being in your heart and being in your head. Yeah. So all in all, not a bad reading at all. Okay, if you want more information, check out the description box below and you can look into getting a personalised reading. But for now, and if this is where we part, then I shall see you next time. Love and light. Okay, for those of you who chose pile number 2, and we've got Strength, pile number 2, we shall do your reading for what is in store in February for love. Oh, pile 2. Okay, so in the past in love, for those of you who chose this pile, you've kind of give up. You were so determined to find that right one. You were so determined to make the relationship work when things weren't going great. And you know what? You got to the stage where you've just thought, in the end, oh, I am absolutely exhausted. So you've turned your wands round, you've turned your 9 of wands round, and you've just thought, I can't do this anymore. Need a break. What happens as soon as you do that? Excuse me. The law of attraction happens as well. As soon as you stop looking for love, what shows up? But the Page of Cups. Pages bring messages about love. So, excuse me. In February, expect correspondence, messages, Valentine's cards, perhaps. Just saying. Definitely something new occurring. Even if you've got a long-term commitment with somebody, you could be in a marriage with somebody or have an engagement with somebody. It's that kind of, this February, that stagnancy will go. That, just that feeling will actually go. And it's going to go because of this Page of Cups. A bit more light-hearted, a bit more emotional, a bit more loving. But then we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, because when we get the Emperor. So it's actually saying that this is actually controlled. I don't mean controlled as in like a bad toxic relationship. This is actually controlled. This is controlled by the universe. So the second you actually sort of give in, step back and let go, love comes in. And that's because you've relinquished control over it. You had faith, even though you may not have known it. And majority of you have probably thrown yourself into work as opposed to continuing trying to find, you know, either the relationship or trying to find, you know, a love, a soulmate. Okay, clarifying all of this, what's happening in February in love, we've got the Six of Shields. Okay, perfect balance. Perfect balance. So in an existing relationship, the scales are going to balance. If you are single and you are ready to mingle, then know that someone who is of equal balance to you will be brought to you in February. But if it is, heed this please, if it is a new relationship, it could start off as a friendship. Okay, so it could start off as a friendship. If it's an existing relationship, then you will actually find the friendship in your current relationship, which will then in turn strengthen your relationship in February. Okay, and you got the surprise card. Okay, and this says love turns up in the most unexpected places. So as we were saying, when you actually, you know, go out with your, you know, with your binoculars and you go looking for love, you're not necessarily going to find it. You do, some do, but the majority don't. But when we give it up to the universe, we be the best what we can be within ourselves, then just know that love turns up in the most unexpected places. So for those of you who chose pile number 2, be prepared to have an absolutely gorgeous time in February. And you know what, most of all, give yourself a pat on the back because you deserve it. If this is where we part ways, I shall see you very soon. Love and light. Okay, for those of you who chose deck number 3, which is Wish, we shall start your reading now to what's in store for February in love. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. All I'm going to say is, oh my. Okay. You got your 10 of Pentacles. Everything's balanced and just and has got fairness all over it. Got your Queen of Cups. She is in reverse, so she's not quite as strong, but you have got your Queen of Cups there. So there's a lot of emotion, but not emotion where it would, you know, tip you over the edge kind of thing. You've got know your own self-worth. Bittersweet. The Shadow and the Circle, which we will talk about in just a second. Okay. So in the past, you have been or you have had the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Support, love, finances, all of that. But it was kind of bittersweet because you had everything what you might have wanted or you might have needed, but it just didn't quite balance out all the time. February in love is showing that this is going to change. I've pulled out the Justice card. So things are going to be fair and just for both parties involved. There's going to be emotion involved in it, but not at the cost of where, you know, you go from one extreme to the other. Not at the cost where you're either sat there in floods of tears because you're so upset about a relationship, but equally not at the cost of where, you know, it's absolutely over the top, you know, displays of affection, that kind of thing. And that's because you have actually worked out and you have found your self-worth. Got the shadow card here. And this is saying that you've actually released yourself. You've actually been able to release yourself from something or someone in order to actually gain your self-worth and be happy. And you've got the circle. Family helps create a circle of love with one heart. Okay. So this is just letting us know that there's people around us who actually create our circle, and they create the circle of love with one heart. So do you know when you hear like phrases like two hearts become one and things like that? That's exactly what this is talking about. But for pile 3, do you know what? This is actually saying it's coming across really clear that things might not, you might have seemed on the outside like you had it all, but on the inside things weren't overly great for you in the past. This is changing. This is changing, and it is only changing because you have changed it by valuing your own self-worth. So do you know what? Well done. Well done. Never, ever, 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 ever let anybody diminish your self-worth. Okay, so it was short and sweet, but this one was totally straight to the point. Things are going to improve so much for you in February in love. Okay, so for those of you who chose pile 3, thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you all soon, and have a fantastic February in love. If you do want more information and you want a private reading, all of the information is in the description box below. But other than that, I shall see you very soon. Take care. Love and light, my darlings. Love and light.